I'm Liam. It's been 8 days since I've showered. Welcome to Terranauts. Woo!
The little Jeep that could, with a little help.
My buddy Josh and I are driving from Colorado to Las Vegas on all dirt roads. This is going to be awesome. Hold on to your pants.
When we left off, Josh and I had camped at 10,000 feet on a cold, wooded mountain just outside Monticello, Utah. We woke up to frost and were eager to get back on the trail. We passed through a beautiful aspen forest in peak fall colors.
What's up? That sounds good to me.
We pulled over early that morning for a quick roadside breakfast. Followed by a short hike, we cleaned up and were on the road again. Did a quick twirl, and a dance. Saw lots of turkeys. Hung out with some cows. Then hit an amazing section of road that was more like a Mario Kart racetrack than a four-wheel drive trail. The big rocks had been moved to outline the road. Shoot, even the small rocks were out of the way, and we could absolutely fly.
So, we're on this road in Utah, kind of essentially the same road that we camped off of last night. This is the greatest road I've ever been on. We've been through red dirt, slick rock, silt. It's phenomenal. I had no idea this part of the state looked like this. It's crazy.
I can easily say this was our favorite section of the entire trip. There were long, straight sections with regular bumps like a dirt bike pump track that we both rolled over at speed with ease. It was an absolute blast. We eventually finished that section, crossed over the Colorado River again, and dropped down into another canyon back on dirt. Past Thor's Hammer. We drove down into the canyon at sunset and had our front row view of the canyon walls being painted gold by the setting sun. We did not know how deep the water was, so we had to get out and walk through to make sure we could safely make it through. Turns out it was only ankle deep, and we drove right through it. Now it was starting to get dark as we continued driving through the canyon river bottom, but this was one of my favorite sections and definitely my favorite day on the trail. Wildlife was all over the road. I saw multiple jackrabbits, foxes, and a coyote. Then we noticed it. Josh's driver's side rear shackle bolt broke, and a single bolt somehow held his entire rear suspension together for who knows how long. We spent an hour just trying to get the shackle off the truck, and in the process broke the one good bolt also. So now we had the shackle out, but a bolt still inside it, and we were stuck. At this point, I really thought our trip was over, and we would be spending the night in the gas station parking lot. Josh spoke with the gas station attendant, who called a friend that owned a shop in town. His name was Tyson, and he took Josh into the shop.
Josh is either getting chopped up or his bolt fixed.
20 minutes later, Josh came out of the shop with the shackle free and 4 new bolts. We thanked Tyson profusely and added a crisp Benjamin to his wallet. Once we had the bolt out, it was a quick fix, and we left Hanksville around 11 p.m. to head into the desert and find camp for the night. This was by far the longest day of the trip. The next morning, we woke up to a beautiful sunrise. We really were in the middle of the desert. We made our way down more amazing dirt roads towards Capitol Reef National Park. This would be our 3rd national park of the trip. I'd been on a backpacking trip recently to Capitol Reef. It was in the middle of July, and the only drinkable water in 10 miles was a sort of pollywog stew, so I was happy to be driving through this time with plenty of clean water. We made our way up and out of Capitol Reef via a primitive road and a series of steep switchbacks. You could see back over the entire park. And eventually into Staircase Escalante National Monument.
I mean, I'd like to find somewhere that's at least been driven on before, if we can. Yeah, let's check it out.
We found a nice campsite in the middle of nowhere, next to a blue tub. I marked our 5th day on the trail.
That's the one that I've been saying all week. I'm like, there's going to be one that I'm pretty sure. Yep, we're going to have to win you 5 feet. We're easy every week. That's right. It is nice doing that. After yesterday. God damn. A little past 2 nights, really. I was like, right, we're sleeping here until morning. The second I hit that hole, and I just watched it like the whole thing move with it, like the seats and everything. I was like, alright, so you're not going to be as simple as just removing the old broken off bolt and throwing the one that I just happened to be carrying. That would have been so easy. Yeah. That's what I was kind of like, because now that's going to be seized in the one that it hasn't broken off from. Now this is, ugh. Well, I had high hopes that like something serendipitous like that would happen. I know that we're in a small town. It's almost like, because we're in a small town, that we may actually find a guy who's just like, yeah, bro, but this is my grandfather's machine shop. Now I just do whatever here. All right. Thank you for using that bandsaw. You know, like it was great. Is that what you used? Yeah, no, he had like a metal, circuit. Oh, nice. Like a chop saw with metal lid. So just hear it, and then it clanging. Yep. Well, that was us trying to punch. We were trying to save those sleeves because I was like, can we get those sleeves on? We're gonna go sleeve this. So, again, show you a picture of like the oil change pit. I was like, what do I owe you? He's just like, yeah, whatever. How many bolts you have? Like, $4. I'm like, sir. So I was just like, how's this crisp $100 bill? And he's like, that'll do. I'm like, there you go. All right, here. Glad we could agree.
The stars were amazing again that night, and I had fun taking more long exposure shots. We woke up the next morning and took our time packing up, knowing that we had a short day to Lake Powell. I took off the top, and we were on the road again. We stopped at a small, yet surprisingly busy gas station for gas, ice, and to air back up. This was definitely my favorite paved portion of the trip, through the heart of Staircase Escalante National Monument. We aired back down, and went down into another wet canyon river bottom. I really enjoy this kind of drive. It was beautiful.
All right, it's time for the day's afternoon monster, brought to you by Optics Outfitter. Need some glasses for driving? Get the ultimate driver lens. Hit up my boys Dan and Pete at opticsoutfitter.com.
We eventually made it to Lake Powell and drove out on many different fingers before finding our campsite for the night. We unloaded, set up camp, and had a perfect spot for appetizers and cocktails while we watched the sun slowly set. It was the best sunset of the trip. And my favorite camp spot. We saw some bats, and had the best view of the Milky Way that night. To be continued.